of Beats and Viewers? My name is Kiss, and welcome back to KTV Network. Today I'm reacting to ranking Kitana in every Mortal Kombat game. True Underdog Gaming. Let's react, let's see what he has for us.
Most beloved characters in the Mortal Kombat series, easily in the top 10. In fact, even though Sonya Blade was the first lady...
Wait, you moving too fast.
Kitana is one of the most beloved characters in the Mortal Kombat series, easily in the top 10. In fact, even though Sonya Blade was the first lady of Mortal Kombat, I would argue that Kitana is more popular. And I think
she is one of the first women in Mortal Kombat.
Among the community, which is why today's video
but so was Kitana, wasn't she?
Because the writers treat Kitana like trash. And I'm not joking, you won't believe your ears during this video, because in nearly every game, Kitana is either captured, mind-controlled, or dies. And sometimes all three in the same game. It's honestly hilarious how terribly the writers treat Kitana.
But they treat Sindel pretty terribly too. I mean, even in MK1 she was redeemed and somewhat saved, but she still died. She always dies. Always.
Despite her being a top 10 character, everyone loves her, and yet she's treated so badly. Kitana is a perpetual damsel in distress, not just in the stories, but also from the writers themselves.
Yeah, that's her character. That's how they write her. You gotta stay true to the series. She got her win, she beat Shao Kahn, but then she became a damsel in aftermath. You gotta stay true to it. You gotta stay true.
Still either getting captured, or dying, or being mind-controlled, even in the more recent games where she actually does a good amount of stuff. So alright, there's your hook. In today's video, we're going to rank Kitana in every single game based on what she does in the story. I've already made 2 videos like this for Scorpion and Sub-Zero if you want to check those out after watching today's video. Real quick, a massive thank you to everyone for supporting my recent videos so greatly. There's always tons of likes and a lot of views. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like on it as well. Without any further ado, let's begin. Starting off with Mortal Kombat 2, because Kitana is actually absent in the first game because she wasn't invented yet. However,
that's why. Okay, so Sonya is the first lady. Got it.
In the earlier drafts of the story, but over time, Mortal Kombat 1's plot got changed a lot. Kitana had a different name and was actually Shang Tsung's daughter or something close to that, but all of that was scrapped. Kitana got a new name in Mortal Kombat 2 and made her debut appearance. Kitana starts off working for Shao Kahn as a
and thus Shang Tsung's daughter was Melina,
high-tier assassin, before learning that her parents were the original rulers of Edenia before Shao Kahn took over by force. After learning this, she plans on betraying Shao Kahn, but gets confronted by Melina, who turns out to not be her sister, like Kitana thought for many years. Instead, she's a messed-up clone, and it's loosely implied that Melina was always meant to be a countermeasure who could kill Kitana if she ever betrayed Shao Kahn, and then replace her as the new princess, since Melina looks nearly identical to Kitana. However, Melina loses to Kitana and is actually killed too. Yeah, she dies in her debut appearance. And according to History Behind the Warrior, killing Melina gets Kitana captured, but she quickly escapes to Earthrealm later on. However, there is some debate if Kitana did get captured and then escape, or just escape period. So let me know in the comments what you think, but for today's video, I'm putting her in the captured tier. But thankfully, Kitana's not captured for long, because at the very start of Mortal Kombat 3, she escapes to Earthrealm and joins the good guys.
And they gave her a better outfit.
Kitana learns that her mother, Sindel, has been revived by Shao Kahn and was brainwashed into working for him. So she teams up with Jade, her lifetime best friend, and actually manages to free Sindel from the mind control, and now she joins the good guys too. So overall, I would argue that MK3 Kitana had a pretty big impact on the story, and according to History Behind the Warrior, after Shao Kahn gets defeated by Liu Kang, he retreats to Outworld, where he gets defeated again by Kitana fighting with Sindel and Jade. In other words, they free Edenia from Shao Kahn's clutches, which is another massive W. Real quick, I wanted to shout out my
Shao Kahn is tough.
Only 5 days left to order, and I'm sweetening the deal. Any physical purchase gets you a free poster of Ace in her swimsuit. That's right. And if our crowdfund reaches $2,000, I'll sign every single one. That's right. Just $10 gets you a physical comic, a digital copy of that comic, and now a free poster as well, autographed by yours truly. This Indiegogo campaign has variant covers that will never be available again. Like this swimsuit cover. Looks really amazing, right? Ace is looking pretty hot. And then cover B has her superhero persona. Yeah, I love this design. Our artist did a fantastic job. This comic book really is amazing. And if you want all 3 covers, you can order the triple pack, which gives you a bonus poster for free. An exclusive poster, by the way, that will never be available anywhere else. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. This Indiegogo in general is so awesome, but there's only 5 days left to order, so you want to act soon. Click that link down below and get yourself an awesome comic today. Now on to Mortal Kombat 4, or actually Mortal Kombat Gold, because Kitana is actually missing from Mortal Kombat 4, but then the Gold expansion happened. For anyone not aware, Mortal Kombat Gold is basically Mortal Kombat 4, but with more characters. It's
Mortal Kombat Gold is so good. And I can't remember, like, okay, so Mortal Kombat 4, I don't remember Mortal Kombat 4 being that hard. I'm sorry, I don't. Because Mortal Kombat Gold, like, even on the easiest mode, you can't beat it. It reminds me a lot of Mortal Kombat 9. I just might suck. This is why they've kind of dumbed down the games a little bit. They've made it too easy. Yeah, it's tough. But Gold is definitely my favorite.
Expansion before DLCs were a thing. And in Mortal Kombat Gold, Kitana is busy trying to fix Aditya.
She's not in the regular
making
one.
Good progress until Tanya joins her ranks. Yeah, otherwise known as the biggest traitor in Mortal Kombat history. She opens a portal for Shinnok.
Oh, but this is the best Tanya. This is, if she's a traitor, but she is the best one. Ugh.
Biggest traitor
I love
in
her
Mortal
so
Kombat
much.
history. She opens a portal for Shinnok and his armies invade Adenia, destroying it all over again. And guess who gets captured? Kitana. Yep, as mentioned earlier, she gets captured a lot in these games. However,
she kills
Kitana
Liu Kang
pretty quickly because she has experience in that field. However, she gets confronted by Melina, who was actually revived by Shinnok. It's round 2, baby, and Melina loses again. Yeah, massive L. Kitana does not kill her this time, though, and instead traps her because that's way safer in the Mortal Kombat universe. A dead person can be revived, so imprisoning them instead is actually a safer option. Overall,
Yeah,
I would
that's
say
true.
that Mortal Kombat Gold Kitana is quite active. So next up is Deadly Alliance, and in this game, Kitana battles Outworld after learning that Shao Kahn is still alive somehow after the events of Mortal
The game with multiple fatalities.
Kombat 3. It's a gruesome battle, but Shao Kahn never gets captured, and Goro dies. Soon afterwards, Kitana learns that Shao Kahn was assassinated by the Deadly Alliance, which makes her happy, until she learns Liu Kang died the same way. Then Kitana gets angry and vows to defeat the Deadly Alliance and avenge Liu Kang. And that gets her killed too. Yeah, which would be really embarrassing, except that everyone dies in Deadly Alliance for the most part.
That's
For
true.
anyone watching who's not aware, Deadly Alliance is one of those rare games where the bad guys just win. Like, straight up. There is no happy ending. So fast forward
Damn.
to Deception, where Onaga revives Kitana and mind controls her to work for him. Yep, here we go, baby. It's the debut of Kitana's mind control. This happens to her in a lot of games. Fair warning. Kitana gets mind controlled many a time. In fact, she spends most of this game mind controlled as well, but thankfully Sindel, with the help of Ermac, is able to free her. Oh, and also Liu Kang, who's a spirit in this game because he died in the previous one. Liu Kang is
Oh, so Ermac is a good guy in this one? That's interesting.
the one who frees Kitana from the mind control. If you look at the background, you can see it happening. And afterwards, Kitana actually becomes an anchor being for Liu Kang because he's still in spirit form, and without attaching himself to a body, he can't stay on Earth. And thankfully, he and Kitana love each other, so the anchor actually works, and Liu Kang can stay on Earth. Next up, let's talk about Shaolin Monks, where Kitana is mind controlled again. Yep, it's gonna keep happening, people. Strap in. Overall, Kitana doesn't do too much in this story. She's mainly a damsel in distress, but Liu Kang and Kung Lao do free her from the mind control, and she helps a little bit after that. She even confronts Melina in a side quest, but doesn't win. She gets thrown into a portal, which is so embarrassing and funny. Next up is Armageddon, baby, the original finale. And Kitana actually knows that Armageddon is coming because Blaze told her in a previous game. So she assembles her forces and gets the army ready to help save Earthrealm. And in the original timeline, Taven succeeds and saves the day for everybody. But then NetherRealm changed all that and
Oh, I love that game with Taven. That was so good. We need another game with Taven. He was an awesome character.
Mortal Kombat 9. Instead, Shao Kahn actually defeats Blaze and gets all the power, and also Kitana died somewhere off-screen, which is very bleak. But thankfully, Raiden restarts everything, and we get a new story for Kitana. She repeats many beats from the original games, although she
You mean Chronica restarts time, or allows Raiden to restart time?
beats Shang Tsung in this new timeline, which is amazing, but soon after she's captured by Shao Kahn, and he says, "Bring Melina to me, I prefer this new daughter." Thankfully, Liu Kang defeats Shao Kahn, frees Kitana, and she does some good guy stuff off-screen for a bit until dying at the hands of Sindel. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Kitana dies.
Yes, I
and
saw
gets
this.
captured in
Yes,
the same
yes,
game.
yes.
Hey, at
This is
very
the current
least, she
game
wasn't
I'm
mind
on.
controlled. Oh wait, I forgot about Mortal Kombat versus DC. So in this game, Kitana gets brainwashed and
That game doesn't exist to me.
captured and does a bit of fighting. However, she gets knocked unconscious in the final battle. All of this stuff happens. Next up is Mortal
Although I'm curious about playing the story now.
Kombat X, where Kitana spends the entire game being dead. And I'm not joking. She's an evil
Yeah, she's a
revenant the
revenant.
entire game. Which, when you think about it, means that Kitana is captured and mind-controlled at the same time, because revenants are actually evil bodies that have the original soul stuck inside of them. Which means the real Kitana is in there somewhere, but the evil body is doing commands from Shinnok and Quan Chi against Kitana's will. So she's both dead and mind-controlled and captured in the same game, when you think about it. Next up is Mortal
That's
Kombat
crazy.
11, where Kitana honestly does some really cool
This was the badass Kitana. This is this is the badass one. This is the one I really enjoy.
stuff. She leads an entire rebellion against Shao Kahn, who's been given lots of resources by Chronica, and yet Kitana still overthrows him by getting new armies on her side, like the Tarkatans, for example. And then afterward, she even
And they
becomes
just walk
the
in all
Iman.
badass.
Yeah, really big things happening for Kitana in this game. Then she gets captured in Aftermath. Yup, because
Yeah.
Shang Tsung goes back in time and messes everything up.
Yeah,
thankfully,
Aftermath
Liu Kang
kinda
restarts the
sucks,
timeline
but
again,
it
so
fits
that's good
the-
news. But
it
still,
fits the
Kitana was
narrative.
captured, and arguably the game she had the biggest impact in. And I just find that entire situation so ironic. Next up, let's talk about Onslaught, a game that I normally skip because I've never played it.
Did
and
she have a
very
huge
little
impact, or
about
she was just captured?
situation. So ironic. Next up, let's talk about again. So that's
No, you should have had it separate. For Mortal Kombat 11, she has a huge impact because she did something. And then she gets captured in Aftermath. There should have been two. It should have been split.
But still, Kitana was captured, and arguably the game she had the biggest impact in. And I just find that entire situation so ironic. Next up, let's talk about Onslaught, a game that I normally skip because I've never played it and know very little about it. However, according to the Fort Snake, Kitana
like
gets
that
mind
they use the
controlled
same
in this game. So you know we gotta talk about
actress
it.
for
How many
Melina.
times? She gets mind controlled how many times? 3 times in one game. That's right.
Damn.
In Mortal Kombat Onslaught, Kitana gets mind controlled 3 times. How funny is that? Alright, but now finally, let's end this video with Mortal...
This is the prettiest one. The prettiest Kitana. I really hope they hire this. I want them to hire all 3 actresses again because they did so well, and I just can't see anybody as them. But you know, sometimes people get booked and things get crazy. That voice actress for Sindel, hopefully she still signs on. She was great.
Kombat 1. In this game, Kitana does a decent amount of stuff, however, she never gets her own chapter, which is super rare. And also, on top of that, Kitana gets captured...
She was supposed to get her own chapter.
...by Shinnok's amulet at
what
one
happened?
point. So up there
Cancelled.
she goes on the tier list. Overall, Kitana is active, but also she does get captured at one point, so we gotta include that. Alright everyone, there you have it. Kitana's entire life story in the Mortal Kombat series. As mentioned earlier at the very start of this video, she gets captured, mind-controlled, and killed many times. Which is shocking for the most beloved woman in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Even more popular than Sonya, yet the writers treat her pretty bad. Leave a like on this video on Kitana's behalf. She really does deserve it for how badly the series treats her. Obviously, she's very popular in the community. Everyone loves Kitana. Me, you, we all love Kitana. And at the end of the day, I think that's all that matters. So finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss.
That was cute. Well, that was it. Let me know what you think about this video down in the comments. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what other gaming videos or media-related content you'd like me to react to. Like and subscribe if you've had today. And I will see you guys on live streams eventually. Take care of yourselves, and thank you for stopping by.